which panel were you on, sorry?
Network effects, building an ecosystem.
Okay, so how do you build an ecosystem?
Strategic partnerships is one. Going about dealing with regulators, getting the backing from the government that you need to make these projects occur. We need actual test cases that occur in isolated environments around the world. They're already taking care of projects like this in other countries, testing identity on the blockchain, testing property registration. But this requires the approval of your local governing body. If they don't want to participate, you're not going to be able to get your application off the ground. We all need to work together to make this ecosystem grow. We're competing with giants technologically and financially. I don't think this ecosystem will be able to grow if we're all at each other's throats, competing rather than cooperating and trying to grow the network as a whole.
So do you see that the governments are ready to cooperate with blockchain projects?
They're looking into it. Switzerland is spearheading that fantastically. They're putting the passports on the blockchain and you can already pay your taxes in Bitcoin. Major step down the right direction. Even our government is looking into it as far as how you can utilize it. The military is trying to find out how to use blockchain to prevent assets from falling off the truck, make things more secure and auditable. And I think partnering with people with humanitarian efforts is another way to go too, because using this technology to actually benefit people and solving real world problems is what's gonna, I think, achieve critical mass for adoption as fast as possible as well.
Okay, and what about, like, we talked yesterday, we had a panel about blockchain transforming global economy, and what do you think, when will blockchain transform it, and which industries will be the first to transform and affect it the most?
Before it's fully adopted, it'll be a few years yet. I'm really just making assumptions. I'd say 2020 is a good year to look at. Dubai is, their blockchain initiative is for their entire country to reside on the blockchain, property, transference of money, representation of assets, etc. So given that these things don't happen as fast as you would like, I think 2020 is pretty fair. And a whole country putting everything in the blockchain will really make people look. You know, the competition between nations will make other nations do the same thing. And you kind of see it happening, like one country bans it and another country that like kind of competes with them is like, why did they ban that? Maybe I should look into that. And then they end up adopting it. So that's really gonna kind of cause it to be adopted by more governments. That's the way I see it happening.
Dubai was also one of the places where property, like real property, was sold for cryptocurrency. Do you think that would be something big in the real future, and I would go somewhere and pay with my crypto for anything?
I don't know if you'll be able to pay for everything with it. It'd be ideal. But it's really a matter of acceptance. Who wants to accept this payment? Governments wanting to allow these currencies to compete with their own, right? Governments really want to control their monetary systems, and that's going to be a point of friction to get to that point where you can actually buy anything that you want. The island, there's Vanuatu, off the coast of Australia between New Zealand and New Guinea. They accept, you can pay for property in cryptocurrency. There's actually an island for sale. You can buy the whole thing in crypto. So St. Kitts is another one in the Bahamas. So a lot more local regions are using this and testing it than you would think. So that's really exciting, that you can already buy property, and it has been done on several occasions, and people are like moving into that. How do we get people to come into our country and invest? Well, bring your Bitcoin over here, buy a house in Bitcoin and live here.
Well, yeah, there's the whole concept of bringing like hard assets onto blockchain, and trading it, well, mostly in blockchain. Do you believe that like investments would be made on blockchain via crypto, that hard assets would be sold on blockchain via crypto, or it's something for the far future?
Well, blockchain isn't, like it doesn't solve every problem. You can't just blockchain everything and make it work. So there is a point right now where we're all enchanted with the idea of blockchain. But to answer the question as far as payments and loans, projects are already trying to tackle that, being able to distribute a loan on the blockchain. But I don't think that's a very good idea right now. Given the nature of cryptocurrencies, they go up. If 2 years ago or 3 years ago you wanted to buy a house in Bitcoin and you had to repay your loan in Bitcoin, you would not be able to do it today because your loan is now effectively 10 or more times than what you got it for. So being that you can only kind of get into or out of fiats right now, it's going to be a little difficult to issue loans in cryptocurrency because you're going to have to pay back more later when the only way that you can get it is to buy it back.
So we talked a bit about whether this is a bubble or not. Can you give me your perspective?
Yes, by definition, it would be a bubble. Speculative nature is what drives this market the most, the fact that you can buy cryptocurrency with fiat currencies. And there aren't as many services or goods that you would like to be able to buy. Aside from Bitcoin and like Ethereum and Litecoin, acceptance of other cryptocurrencies as payments is not a thing. You can only trade them for other cryptocurrencies or fiats. However, large corporations accept Bitcoin as a form of payment. Cheapair.com, for one, I haven't bought a plane ticket really in dollars in a long time because it's just, I could buy something in Bitcoin. Overstock.com takes not only Bitcoin, but Ethereum, Litecoin, and other cryptocurrencies as well. So, you know, to say that it's purely speculative is wrong, and to say that it's not is also wrong. We're somewhere in the middle. Reality is where these opposing ideas meet. If utility cannot be gained before investor confidence is lost, we can very happily say we're in a bubble, and it will go, and it will take a while to recover from that. You'll see a lot of people flood out of cryptocurrency, and the projects that work will still try to be used. You'll see the same thing that happened in the internet.com boom. A lot of people with big promises raise a lot of capital and can neither deliver or squander it or end up in other battles over maybe like the ownership of your company. And those are issues that really affect that scenario more than not.
Okay. Well, last question. What do you think of the conference? Why did you decide to come? And what is your overall impression? I
liked the conference. I had a good time. I got to meet a lot of really interested people and a lot of really interesting people. I came to speak. I also had a great time with that. I met a lot of people in the panel and got to exchange a lot of contact info. Everyone here just seems so interested and passionate about the technology. It was a really good atmosphere. Really, what's the word? We got to mingle, and it was really close because it's not gigantic, but that intimacy was really nice.
Okay. And did you make some useful connections?
Yes. Yeah, I have a pocket full of business cards I'm leaving with, potential partners, advisorship roles, potential advisors for our own project. It was really good. I'm excited to come back again for the next one that you guys are putting on.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right.